Hey, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so what I have left over is doing the gunblade, a little bit of his hands, and then I am going to call this. Maybe I'll throw some bullet holes into the wall or something like that behind him and just call it. Alright, so let's see if we can do some detail on this gunblade. I pretty much made it pretty boxy just to try to get through some of the detail. A lot of this is going to be shades of gray, some black, and just try to get some of this detail in here. Let's see, I need a lighter gray. Hey, Tatted Hearts. I was debating on whether or not to draw a K-pop person today or finish up John Wick today. Like, I could do this on the bus and then the K-pop person digitally on my iPad. But then again, I could do that on the bus too. So I was looking up some pictures. I was playing with the idea of doing a whole band dancing, and then I'm like, nah, I don't have enough space for that. Anybody got time for that? Plus, it's like, it's kind of hard to see, you know, where the eyes should go first. That's one of the biggest things. So it's easier to focus on like one subject than it is to have like a bunch of guys looking cool. Plus, it kind of loses a little something when it's just a picture and not an actual performance. At least that's my little opinion. Trying to capture something like that when it kind of loses its life. So the only other way I could think of doing it is you know, find a really good shot that's really close up, because like when they're dancing, sometimes they're covering their face, and you know, it's movement, it's life, it's them doing their thing, putting their thing down. I don't know how I'm looking at this stupid gunblade. Okay, I don't know why I thought gunblade. Damn. Okay, I don't know if it's on its side or if it's straight on. I'm imagining it's straight on. So maybe this will be like the top. My perspective is like completely shot on here. So we'll just kind of wing it. Okay, I'll just throw some extra detail, because I kind of really want to get back to the K-pop guys. I got that idea with the, what is it called? With the wings. And I'm not quite sure who I'm going to use for the wings. But a couple guys I've noticed as I was collecting pictures. I keep collecting the same ones. Yeah, so far there's only been like a couple Catboys that I've done, and I've already posted them. Let's see, I don't know if I've got any right now that I'm working on. Let's see, where'd he go? Let's see, but you know how not every picture is meant to be like a masterpiece? Definitely fact on that. Let's see. Yeah, so I've only got this guy so far, and this guy. Let's see. I don't have anybody in the works just yet. Let's see. Where's the other one? I usually use the... Oh, wrong one. They're usually together in the draw. Where's that draw at? Oh, there it is. Things move. Let's see. This one I was experimenting, trying to do flat shading. Make sure that this is down enough. Can't tell. I kind of jumped on the fly. I'm like, I'm gonna jump on any second now. And this is not as red as it looks. It's just more brown. Let's see. Close that. Oh, here are the cat boys. Okay, so like this was one that I had. Come on, you. I had started on, but it's like he's just straight on. So I have nothing really going on with him. I'm thinking of maybe doing like the little heart thing or whatever, like on here, because he's straight on. This one was, I closed out my windows for the K-pop guys. Let's see. And then this one, I didn't like how this one was going, so I'm going to probably delete this and start over. But other than that, I don't have them going, but I do have an idea of what I want to do to the next one. I need to delete some of these. Let's see, I'm just checking to see if there's any cat boys that fell down the way here. Nay, they did not. This was a little cat girl I was working on many moons ago when I was trying to teach myself how to do, how to use this program. Okay, so cat boys tomorrow, finishing up John Wick today. And then I'll just go from start to finish on the idea with the wings. Yeah, that one YouTuber, his video's pretty funny. This is wrong. This part should have been here. Oi, 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 oi. Okay. Oh well, we'll just go with it. This is the Wick version. The bad Wick version. I don't know, it's all skewed. So when in doubt, throw some black on it. Nah. Let me see if I can try to capture some of the things on here. But yeah, I have to capture him, a good shot of him. He, Edvasion. Let me hurry up and just add the details on here, and then maybe some bullet holes. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just going to be some metal. The part to hold on to the blade itself. Let's see, and this. Oy, 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 oy. When you're not feeling it, I should stop, because when I'm not feeling it, I should do something else. Okay, I was going to put some detail on here for the Continental Hotel, because that place is pretty awesome. It's all in finding a good picture, these guys. I had a hard time just finding the ones that I liked. Because I don't want to just do a portrait like everybody else would. I want to draw them doing stuff. And a lot of the ones that I find is like them repeating the same poses over and over again. So if I could find them with a unique pose, or if their head is in a different position, and is clear. That's another part of the ones that I had problems with, is finding a really clear image. Yeah, I mean, I could do a search on these guys and stuff, trying to find them, but it's all in finding the one image that would kind of speak to me, so I can go ahead and capture it.
Snort, snort, snort.
Congested a bit. Not sick, just congested. Probably mold in the air or something. It's been crazy hot and damp. Okay, so this is the handle. His thumb is somewhere over on that side. Okay, so because he's down below here, we'll throw a little bit of color here. Yeah, I have him pretty pale, kind of making him looking a little washed out. John Wick here. This is part of his hand holding this. I can't do much with this. Let me put that over here with the thingy. Alright. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Not necessarily in motion, because I'm not going to draw any of those. What I kind of want is pictures of faces that I could put into different positions that are clear. Like, you keep suggesting folk, but it does me no good if I can't find a really good clear photo of them. And I'm trying to find some that are kind of like got expressions, because a lot of these K-pop people look like they're like deer in the headlights. And I'm trying to find pictures where they're not like that, where they have a little bit more life in their eyes. It's like, I want to be here. Really, honest, I want to be here. I just need some sleep. That's the look that they've got in their eyes, the poor things. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Like the Catboys that you saw with like the guy with his tongue hanging out, and the other one that kind of had the weird expression. I'm kind of looking for those, but they have to be kind of clear. I have some that have the bedroom eyes and stuff like that, and for some reason I keep capturing the same guy that's got the same bedroom eye look to him, like really super sexy. What was his name? Let me open him up again. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Ha ha ha. And it's funny, it's the same guy I keep grabbing over and over again. Let me let that open up. And I'm just throwing some color on here, not so much detail, because I know people are only going to look at this for a heartbeat, so it doesn't have to be like pretty much exact. This guy named Taeyong, Taeyong. I'm probably slaughtering his name, poor thing. I suck. Yeah, he's I keep grabbing pictures of him because he's got not unique expressions, but he's got like this look. Here, I'll flip my camera around so you can kind of see what I'm looking for, and maybe even some of the upcoming guys. Let's see, I don't want to lock that. I want to show that. Okay, so this is the guy I keep grabbing over and over again, because it's like he's got his face in a different position. But this is like the deer in the headlights type of look. But I like this right here. I guess you can't see what my cursor's touching, but where he's looking down at his abs, freaking fabulous. I like that. So I'm interested in pictures like that. Let's see. This is a decent pose. The one on the far right, and even the one on the left is not bad either. Because I could put them in different poses. Like this one wouldn't be too bad for the bat wings because he's at an angle. Let's see. I grabbed some of these heart pictures. So anybody who I have that's like facing forward, I can put their hands in those positions. But there's a lot of those where they're just facing forward, just looking pretty, like the guy out here on the right. But looking down like this, I've got like the one on the left here. I have a lot more possibilities with these. So that's kind of what my dilemma is trying to find, like, this is the guy that I tried to draw first thing that's marked from GOT7, I don't know. And then I get distracted. I start watching their videos. Like this morning, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to grab what I need and I'm just going to freaking start drawing. No. I had to watch the top 10 good looking guys. I had to watch the top 10 best dancing guys. And I keep grabbing his picture too, Tai Young. There's a Tai Young and a Tai Hyung and a Tai Young. That I don't know if they're the same guy. There's this guy here. I don't know if he's the same as this guy. Their names are spelled differently in the places that I found. But, and so I would look at a pose like the guy out here on the far right, far left, where he's in like, it looks like a junkyard or a salvage yard or some sort. And I was like, you know what? He'd look badass on a Christmas tree saying, I'm the star, you know? And then I started thinking, well, how about a gargoyle type of thing? You know, I'm like, you know, where he's on the castle. And I'm like thinking, well, what if I draw them all kind of like gargoyles? They have the, let's see, they have this like look about them where they have the stone coloring to them with wings. Maybe a little, I don't want to say demonic, but, you know, like gargoyle looking. You know, like they're protectors. So I was looking for pictures of someone who could fit this kind of pose. That way I can make the wings like big, like this, or even small like this. Small is cute too. This guy here I thought would look cool. Maybe put some wings on him or something like that. But it's like his finger is covering part of his face. And that's the only thing that slows me down. Plus it's a little out of focus, but I can work with that. Let's see. Like, I like this pose, but I'm not sure where I could go with it. Like, I was thinking about putting his name, like, Song right here. Like, I don't know. Something like maybe from Naruto. You know, stray a little bit from the Catboy. But this could be like a potential Catboy picture. So this is kind of like the stuff that I'm going for. Not so much the groups, because what I'm working with, when you add people to pictures, they get smaller and smaller and smaller. And by the time, if I'm doing it on a t-shirt, I can't get into those really tiny details because of the texture of the shirt. It's got bumps and ridges and stuff like that, and I just cannot get really in there. Now, the one with the chest here, I was totally thinking about doing something with chess. I could either make him into a king. I could put K-pop stars, but they'd be really tiny, like little tiny people. I don't know, but this picture with the I don't think you can see my cursor. Yeah, with the and you can't see my fingers either, so that doesn't help either. As I'm pointing. But it's a potential. I love chess, and I love chess images. So that's some of the things that I'm looking at. Like, it could be a cat boy playing with cat toys or something like that, or mice. These could be mice. So that's an idea that I'm playing with as well. So he could be the cat boy, and these could be like mice girls, maybe. I don't know. It's just like little ideas like that, but definitely not just someone boring. I can't have, like, this is kind of like, it's a beautiful picture, but it's a boring picture. It's just him looking pretty. But if I throw some cat ears on him and throw some like the little hand gesture, then he becomes interesting. If you're feeling me. But that's what slows me down, is like that creative process. So that's how I kind of look at pictures and source images. I look at them to see, can I do something with it? I don't want to just do a simple portrait. I want it to kind of tell a story. And a lot of people, they just do a portrait and it's like a pretty person. But I want to take it just a step further. And it's just cool to come back and then you end up with something completely and utterly different. So anyway, that's me. This is another good one. There was another one I saw where I grabbed that had like this. He's one of my favorites. This is Hero Wang. But I've already done a guy with his tongue out, you know. I haven't done a bunny boy, so that'd be cute as him, but I've already done him as a cat boy, so it's kind of like I don't want to repeat the same stuff twice, or same persons twice. Then it becomes like a series, and that kind of sucks. This guy, I like his pose. Yeah, he's straightforward, and he's just straight up and down, but his fingers make it interesting. So I'm wondering if maybe I could do like a angelic picture, maybe musical notes going around his fingers. You know, it's just like things to play with, or making him into a cat boy. Cool. I'll check it out in a bit. And doing that sort of thing. So, that's kind of what I'm working with. Alright, so, but they have to be clear pictures. Like this is too far away. The one on the far right, way too far away. I can zoom in, but the details, they're still fuzzy. So I prefer pictures that are to the point where you can almost see their eyelashes, because then that would be like relatively clear. This is still fuzzy, but I could still work with it. That's one of the reasons why I don't like doing portraits of people, because when I ask them for the source images, I get something that they took at home, and it's hard to see. Because if you give me a fuzzy image, like this is a perfect picture. You can see all the tones. It's in black and white though. So I'd have to kind of, go back on my color scheme. Like it would be cool to have him in a monochrome color, like one color. But I like how he's pulling at his sleeve. I found another guy doing the same thing, but in a different pose, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, but redundant. So that's my mindset. Like I like this. His face is in a totally different position, and it's got life to it. But if I throw like 17 other guys in the picture, they become tiny. They become like this. Let me get back into my... They become like this. They're tiny, so you can't see the details. And if I put it onto a t-shirt, it's not going to work for me. Even if the shirt is this big, if their faces are tiny, I just can't work with it. And then too many people, you just don't know where your eye should go. So I would have to form them in a way so that the eye travels across them all, so that one person does not get missed and my work doesn't go to, it is not wasted. And maybe if I'm lucky, somebody will take a little bit longer to look at the picture and admire it. Just a little bit longer. I wouldn't do more than 3 people in a shot. It's just too many. 5, if the pose is right, maybe. But let me see. Let me show you another thing that I use. This is Google Slides. So I go around and I grab pictures, source images, throw it into Google Slides. File, open. For those of you who are just joining me. Let's see. I like having collections of stuff, like group poses, and I'll show you this again. Okay, so like if I have like the guys or girls, if I decide to do it, the pose has got to be freaking interesting. It's got to be there long enough so that somebody's going to want to look at it. So I wouldn't just draw like 5 guys dancing, because that looks like something like this. It's just too much. Where does your eye go to first? Maybe the person in the middle, you know, and then it's like your eye gets tired. Especially if it's a shirt. You don't want somebody like staring at your shirt all the time. You know, like they're staring at my shirt, looking at my boobs. They're not looking at your boobs, they're trying to figure out what the hell you're wearing. So it's easier to see something like this than it is to see something like this. So that's why I'm not doing any dance pictures. If they're doing this may keep somebody on, you know, looking at my stuff a little bit longer than something that's like totally like this. And you see how the faces are really super tiny? The detail sucks. I can't, if I'm trying to get somebody's likeness, it's not going to work. So that's why I'm not doing any dance pictures. This is interesting, but it'd be better if they were someone that is recognizable. A lot of the K-pop dancers and stuff, they almost kind of blend into each other. And I don't know if that's just by design. Like you don't really look at the guys like in the far back. You look at the guy at the front, and maybe your eye will travel across. But if it's somebody like Naruto characters, you know, fan base characters, they're a little bit more interesting to look at. Like, you'll take a little bit longer to look at that shirt if it's like all the guys from One Piece or My Hero Academia, especially My Hero Academia. I would definitely take a second glance at that. But as far as drawing something like this, no, because people, they don't have, nobody's got time to admire. We're not at a museum. We're wearing a shirt. This is an interesting visual. You know, things like that. It has to be interesting. I can't have that. It's just too much. Unless it's like My Hero Academia, and then it's okay. You know, there's exceptions to every rule, I guess. But something like this with the K-pop guys would be awesome. But notice that it's just 3. You know, it's not a multitude. I like their pose because it gives off this interesting dynamic with the body. You know, with the legs, they're making an interesting shape. Their shoes, they're making the same shape. You know, they're all kind of got the same pose, and they would look awesome as the K-pop females. So that's kind of what I go with when it comes to choosing source images and choosing poses and multiple faces. It's like I can make good detail with these faces because I can see their faces. You know, I could actually make a caricature of each one of these characters or people, and it would look like the people. But the more people you add, the less detail you have. And it gets worse the more you add. Now you can see their eyes are like really super tiny. On a t-shirt, it would just be like fuzzed out. If you, especially with the markers that I have, trying to squeeze all that into like the front of your shirt is almost impossible. And the more you travel around the shirt, the less likely people will take the time to look at it. But you know it's there, and I know it's there. But, you know, I don't want to waste time. Anyway, so that's why I have just one subject on a shirt, you know. So I'm not doing any bands. I'm not doing any groups. Not in this. And then, because the more you add to a, you know, and I had to learn this the hard way. It just gets too busy. Way too busy. Okay, so enough of my whining and greeting and whatnot like that about my sources and stuff like that. But that's pretty much what I do is I try to find pictures that have enough detail to capture. And my tips, I can't draw anything smaller than my tip. Anything smaller than that just gets fuzzy. And t-shirts, I can pull it as much as I can, but I'm trying to see the thinnest lines, you know, with some of these, that's as thin as I can get. So pictures like this are completely screwed. 1,000 people on one shirt, you know, I damn near got something like that. But mostly from what is it called? Let me get out of this thing. I'm going to try to smooth out some of these lines. But like when I do those challenges like Inktober, I have so many pictures and stuff like that on it, the eye does not know where to go. I was doing pictures of, what's it called? Every month I had like a theme, and I put that theme on a shirt, and then I'd have Facebook images of my Facebook friends, and I would incorporate them into whatever the theme was. And the more interesting ones maybe caught the eye of whoever was watching, you know, whoever I come across. But the ones that get the most attention are when I do it one subject at a time. The eye knows where to look at. You know, it may seem cool to have all the members of 17 on a shirt, but you know, it's like someone was only going to look at that for like a heartbeat. You know, and I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time, even though it looked cool. I don't know. Maybe Americans try not to be too rude or something like that. I don't know. It's like you'll try to do a side eye look at someone so that you're not, you know, offending. I want you to look at my shirt. And that's why you'll see a lot of shirts, they have one subject. They'll say one thing and be done with it. It's getting the message across as quickly as possible, and you know, with as simply as possible. So no groups, no big groups rather. If anything, another thing about it is like when I'm trying to draw it, groups and stuff, especially if I'm pulling pictures from different other areas, people are different sizes and proportions, and I'll have to try to match up lightings, proportions, stuff like that. I don't want to say nobody's got time for that, but I got no time for that. Nah, that's not true. Let me use a little bit of this purple in here just to get some color and to bring in. Now Daisy has none of these colors on her, so I'm gonna throw a little bit here. But I kind of want something where people will look at it and go, huh, John Wick. It's like, I know who that guy is. I think I know who that guy is. And then another person will go, oh my gosh, that's John Wick. Oh my gosh, you got Baba Yaga. Oh my gosh, you like nailed it. You know, just enough to get that message across. So like when I drew, what is it called? Sailor Moon, or the Hulk is Sailor Moon. Like hardcore fans who, you know, love Sailor Moon and know who the Hulk was, love that shirt. One person like stopped me and like, let me take your picture. Where'd you get that shirt? But yeah, definitely favorite K-pop guys. If I do them, like I want to do like some gargoyles. So I like that idea with I like the cat boys, I like the gargoyles. Gotta look at this again. I was gonna put that little coin right here, but I think it might take too long, and I wanted to be done with this today. Okay, so let's do some bullet holes. But then again, that might be too much too. Yeah, I think that'd be too much. Because I was thinking about doing bullet holes going down this way. Just a whole bunch of a whole bunch of circles. 16K quality picture. I gotta be able to open it too. There's that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at this. Here is Dear John. The bullet holes could spell out John Wick. I could do that. Or I could put like bullet holes behind him, and that would be like the outline of what's in the front. But yeah, there's times when I like to just like throw up on a shirt and just have stuff all over it. But it gets way too busy. It would have to be set in a certain way so that, and there's Baba Yaga. I wanted this to look like it was engraved. Let's see, I've got a few more minutes. I wonder if I could play with this. No, because then I could try. Let's see. Yeah, but nah, I'm gonna just leave it like this. Okay, I'll bring some purple on the top, I guess. Trying to decide. It's like you can always add more. That's the thing. Camel girls. Ew. What is that? You're not talking about like camel toes, are you? Ew. Girls with humps. Anyway, so this is my Baba Yaga, and he's kind of deified here. You know, so if you're doing some gun fu, this is the guy for you. Yeah, a big shirt like this, I'd like carry it with me everywhere until I had it completely done. Let's see, I could do a little something with Daisy. I was thinking about doing like maybe a pink. Let's see, maybe just do a little bit of. I don't have anything underneath here. Okay, this is the last thing. I'm gonna do a little bit of a hint of color on the daisy chain, the daisy collar. I'll make that kind of like this. We'll make this. I want to make it a little bit gray. Give a little bit more shadows to Dogi. Have it go around his finger. Little dog, little dog. A little bit of shadow. All right. Now with the digital version, I could put a lot of detail in it, but I would have to have it in a size of like 8.5 by 11. So I'd I'd have to put all that detail into that little small space, and that would just fit like right on the chest. This is a 3X shirt, so I can go like batshit crazy on it. Okay, so we've got Daisy with the little paw prints around her head. We've got John Wick with his bullets around his head and all bruised up with no place to go. And his gunblade right here, Baba Yaga. Alright, you guys, that's it with that. I'm going to end this stream for just a heartbeat, and then I'm going to start another one. I got like 20 minutes. Maybe a little bit less. Alright. Yay! All done, all done. Now put a signature thingy on here as well. All right, and thank you guys so much for coming. I'm gonna check out. Well, you said camel girls. What do you mean by camel girls? Unless you meant like the girls with the big chests. And they had something like My Lovely Lady Lumps. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever the hell. Okay, so I'm going to stop this real quick. That way I can start up another thingy. That way I don't have to do too much editing for the next video. So I'll be right back. Oh, we'll just leave it with John here. Look at it, pretty guy. Pretty guy. Okay, there's John. Dear John. I'll be right back, you guys.